percent. This indicates that from a food perspective and a non-food perspective, we respectively recorded rates of inflation of 30.1% and 25.7%. And from a domestic and imported rates of inflation, respectively, we recorded 27.3% and 28.2%, with imported inflation sustaining its dominance over domestic food inflation. From a regional perspective, Eastern region recorded the highest overall rate inflation of 31.2%, and Upper East recorded the least inflation of 19.5%. On a month-on-month basis, rate of inflation for the month of May 2022 stood at 4.1%, decreasing by 1.0 percentage points relative to the rate recorded for April 2022. On a month-on-month basis, food inflation and non-food inflation respectively stood at 4.0 and 4.1%. We further do disaggregation to guide our discourse on rates of inflation. We identified 89 items that recorded inflation rates higher than the national average of 27.6%. Out of these 89 items, 47 of them were food inflation, specifically with local food 32%, 32 of them, and imported food 15%, culminating into a percentage of 52.3% for the contribution of food to the items that recorded inflation rates higher than the national average of 27.6%. This led to non-food, that is from a local produce perspective and imported perspective, recording 47.7% relative to the items that recorded inflation rates higher than the national average of 27.6%. We identified the top 10 items that have the highest weight in the basket for the computation of CPI and rate of inflation. And of these 10 items, the item that recorded the highest rate of inflation for the month of May 2022 was bread, with an inflation rate of 41.3%, followed by bars and trotro fares, which has the highest weight of 5.8%, recording a year-on-year inflation of 39.9%. From the perspective of households in terms of decision-making, discounting the effect of weight, we still saw diesel and petrol being part of the top 5 items that recorded the highest rate of inflation, specifically 81.1% and 62.0%. Thank you very much.